Yo, what is up, people? Your boys from Who's the Master are back. We're going to talk a little movie news for you. There's a lot popping off, some trailers be dropping, some stuff be happening. And so I got my boys in tow. We got E. Cleasy in the house. What up, Cleasy?
What's going on? What's going on, people?
So we got V-Dub, the old school brother down at the bottom. What up, V-Dub?
Feeling great, feeling great. Let's do it.
Nice. And we got, of course, your boy Shogun Singh here. Talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of cinema. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you haven't. Hit that notification button as well. And let's get to it, guys. Is that trailer that just dropped, Black Panther. So we all got a chance to watch it. We watched it before the show. And wanted to get some of your thoughts on the Black Panther trailer and see what takeaways you had it. Surprisingly, for once, Vince actually was paying attention and had some good thoughts about it. So, Vince, I'm going to let you leave this off because you shocked me with your eye. I know last time Aaron talked trash about you not having the Arturic eye, and you had to show him up this video, and you had some takeaways. So let's go ahead and let's let you kick it off.
First off, you just need to know that Aaron's ignorant. All right, so the Black Panther trailer was fire, bro. When I was watching that, the presentation of Namor coming out of the sky, you got all of his people just yelling. I mean, Ryan Coogler right now just may be the best director of our era. So I'm going to throw that out there. I know he's not going to agree, but he's what I would like to call, and you know this, he's what we like to call in the hood 100, because he doesn't
keeps
fail.
It a buck.
He doesn't miss. I mean, he's a buck. You got it. That's exactly what Ryan Coogler is. This trailer was all that in a bag of chips, bro.
Yeah, but you're giving him GOAT status.
I am.
Because he's going to GOAT the man.
I'm starting to pick up little subtle things, even when I'm watching these clips, how the voices, the voiceover, the beats, the music, everything about these trailers that I've seen so far have really had me excited. From the first one with the Bob Marley to this one, I think it was an African rapper. I mean, as of right now, put it down. Ryan Coogler is the man. Expect this movie to be great.
All right, we're going to kick this over to Ian in a second. You and I are going to go kind of get some comic book nerdy stuff here a little bit before we get off this about Namor and some of the lore they're popping off on here. But I know Aaron wasn't excited about this trailer. He had some issues with it. So let's let E get his 2 cents in. What you got, E?
I mean, first and foremost, I'm going to say this. The trailer is vague to be a trailer. The teaser revealed more to me than the trailer did, which I think is kind of weird. But I think it's very deliberate at the same time. I'm a Ryan Coogler fan. I've rocked him since Fruitvale Station. You know what I'm saying? And I think he's a great director. I think he's good at making things. He does something that a lot of directors can't do. He makes things seem very simple that are very complicated, which is a gift. It's something you can't teach. So I do like that. Now, is he the greatest director of our generation or era? I don't know. I don't know about that because I got to see this movie. And this trailer definitely has some question marks from your boy over here. So we'll see. I have faith in Coogler, but question marks, the red flags, and my spidey senses are tingling a little bit. Let's put it that way.
Let's talk about the spider sense. Let's talk about what you didn't like about the trailer and why it's the women.
Oh.
So,
yeah. So I was talking. Yeah, Anshul over here, Mr. Misogynist Singh, was trying to put the blame on me. But I'll say this: there's a couple things about the trailer I didn't like. One, I don't get a sense of where the story is going. Now I know this is 2 hours and 40 minutes, so I would expect them to show a little bit more than what they did in the trailer. And I think that they're holding back some stuff, but at the same time, it didn't grab me like the teaser did. When the teaser hit me, I was like, man, this is going to be epic, awesome, whatever. This one kind of slipped back into regular Marvel territory to me. If I didn't know that Chadwick Boseman died or anything like that, and I just watched this trailer with fresh eyes, I don't think that I would be that excited. My personal opinion.
So Namor flying through the air, attacking ships, Namor coming down in the water. And I thought the water, the way they presented him in the water, I hated Aquaman, but I love the way it's looking for Namor. So you didn't like that?
I thought it was okay, but here's the problem with the water scene. No matter how impressive I think this is going to be, I think in December when Avatar comes out, just by looking at the teaser trailer from Avatar, we're going to see a distinct difference in underwater scenes. I think it's going to be completely. I think John Cameron's about to make James Wan and Ryan Coogler, as far as shooting underwater scenes, look very childish. That's just my personal opinion. And that bothers me.
I mean that just is what it is. He's been working on this movie for 35 years, so it better be, he better have the best underwater scenes. But the trailers have focused a lot on Angela Bassett. She's been the big focal point coming into the trailers. She's the voice you hear over all other voices. And then we did get the big reveal. I'm interested in getting you all's thoughts on this. And the questions have been, who's going to be the Black Panther? There's a certain segment that does not want to see female Black Panther. Not all of it's just sexist stuff. Some guys just ain't rocking with it because they feel like maybe they don't, they want to see the Black Panther get some more shine because Black Panther is a comic book character that's important to the culture for a lot of reasons, right? And I think some people just think that they wanted him to get a few more movies under his belt. But of course, we get the big reveal at the end of this trailer. Shuri looks like she is going to be the Black Panther. Aaron, you had an interesting theory about that, and I know both y'all had some interesting thoughts on it. Aaron, why don't you kick us off with your theory first?
I just think it's too simple. There's two ways to look at it. I told you guys this on Sunday. It could be that they're just going to go ahead and let us know that Shuri's the Black Panther, so people, fanboys, don't go to the theater, and the misogyny comes out, and they get all mad and start rioting. Or there's going to be multiple Black Panthers, and this is just a red herring that they're throwing in the trailer to kind of throw off the scent. So there would be a big surprise in it. I think they had opportunity. Oh, let me do this real quick. I think they had a big opportunity of bringing Killmonger back. It's not like Michael B. Jordan setting the world on fire with the movies he's making now. You know what I'm saying? He could have came back and been, Black Panther and took it from there. But hey, it is what it is.
You always know Aaron's ready to give smoke when he leans back in that chair. He's got that apathetic look on his face. That's when you know Aaron's ready to bring the smoke. I'm just let our viewers know.
Hey, let me ask you this. And Vince and Anton, both got to answer this. What's the last good Michael B. Jordan movie you guys seen?
Black Panther, yeah, pretty much.
Creed 2 was okay.
Creed 2 was okay, yeah. But that come
on. So like I said, what's the last good Michael B. Jordan movie that you two have seen? Creed 2's okay. It ain't great.
Yeah, what was the movie he did where he was the Marine? That one was okay too. I mean, he's had 2 okay movies since Black Panther.
The one Denzel directed?
Yeah. Is that the one Denzel directed where he's the Marine?
Yeah, Denzel cut. He's like, damn, this dude can't, man.
He did that love story too where he was the Marine that died. But I'm talking about the action movie where he was also in the military.
Oh, you're talking about the Tom Clancy movie. The Sunday night movie from the 1980s.
Yeah. It looked like one of those $1,000 movies.
No mercy.
Yeah.
That movie was trash, boy.
It's during COVID. We can't get a big budget.
They might as well cross that shit over with the Gray Man.
Hey, look at this trying to be the good guy, sticking up for Michael B. Jordan. Look at you. I just said last movie that he
now,
done.
in Killmonger, he was absolutely wonderful. He fit that role. I love the first Black Panther movie, but yeah, he doesn't have a lot of range. Let's be real.
Okay, that's all.
All right, now he wasn't the only one that had some issues with some action scenes in this. Vince, you had some problems with the Dora Milaje and some of the antics they were pulling, some of their action scenes.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised because I had never seen where they were twirling their spears and they're able to block, machine gun bullets. I mean, at what point are we looking at this going, since when did they get superpowers? I can see bullets, multiple bullets coming. I mean, so, I thought they were kind of overhyping them as far as being, I know they're supposed to be great warriors in the movie, but I didn't know they were supposed to be borderline Wonder Woman.
I mean, I just think that's funny that this is where you're drawing the line when we got a long-haired blonde dude with a hammer that throws out thunder. We got a guy that builds an iron suit in a freaking cave surrounded by terrorists.
We got
a guy that turns into a big green giant, with unlimited strength. But catching bullets with his teeth is apparently a thing that.
Bullets with his teeth.
That's what we got. I'm like, so enough, baby. We gotta draw the line here.
Yeah,
Catching bullets with his teeth. No, we're not buying it. I'm not buying it.
All right, let's get into some of the comic book stuff we like then. All right, because you and I, we're comic book fans, and you have followed. There's a character that's going to be introduced in this that you follow pretty closely. So we're going to get our new Iron Man, Riri Williams. I like the Riri character. I've long since said that they need to have a system in comic books where you get to get the mantles passed on, because there's only so many stories you can write about these characters before they all become the same. And I thought Riri has done really well. I know you got a lot of love for Riri.
I do, because I think Riri is going to inspire young Black girls. That's something that I'm always a fan of. And the fact that Riri is not based on she's strong, it's not based on she's got super speed. It's the fact that she's just a freaking genius. And when it comes to being an engineer, she's one of the greatest on the planet. So I'm a big fan of how she was in the comic books. And so I'm hoping that kind of crosses over into her portrayal
Well,
here.
Shuri
in
is
Black
a genius too.
She is. But they didn't have Shuri being portrayed like that until Marvel, until the movies came. But Riri, from day one, we knew exactly who she was, and I always thought she was an inspirational character in Marvel, and we don't get a lot of those.
I want 2 questions about Riri. I don't know anything about Riri. I just want to say this right now. Only Riri I know is the one that sung Umbrella. But with that being said, for this,
she's a billionaire, so she gets credit too. Let's be real.
I'm just saying.
Is she as impressive as Rihanna? No.
I got 2 questions. One is Riri a Mary Sue? Is she a Mary Sue, gentlemen?
She's a comic book character.
Is she a Mary Sue?
Of course, she's a comic book character. That's the whole thing. Comic book characters are larger than life, man.
What's her flaw? Iron Man's a drunk. What's her flaws? Does she have any flaws?
I don't know the character that well, honestly, but she's gonna have flaws. She's not. I mean, she ain't rich. That's a flaw.
They play her off as if she makes impulsive mistakes at times. But when you're young and she's a young girl, I mean, that comes with the territory.
Okay. So she's a teenager.
Yeah. She's a teenager?
Okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
And then, you gotta remember, Marvel, that's their thing. They want their characters to have flaws. It's not DC, where DC wants to be almost like new mythological beings where they're considered gods and perfect, right? Marvel always loves flaws in their characters.
Okay, here's the second question I have for her, but I think you just answered it now that I know she's a teenager, but why does her suit look so trash, man? You know what I'm saying? We could at least do something good. I'm watching this like, this new character, man. You know what I'm saying? This is horrible, man.
That suit did not look trash. How you gonna? We got the one female engineer, and you gonna trash what she does? Crank the Showdown up on us. Crank the Showdown.
Samurai, yo, guys! Hey! YouTube, this is the spot. Thank you for running your Shogunate. I think that's what this means. We got a little heated argument. I think what this means is we need to take this to a samurai showdown.
Hey,
all right. Let me introduce our 2 combatants here. He's ready to jump the gun. Yo, we got V down at the bottom. We got Ecclesi up top. The showdown is about Riri Williams. You ain't won one yet. Let's see if we can do better this time, gentlemen. Draw your swords.
Hey, all I'm saying is this: you over here talking about, man, Aaron, you got the sister doing this stuff, and she ain't got no style to it. The suit's trash. Everything Shuri did was fly. Even the arm that she gave the Winter Soldier was fly. Shuri, everything she does is sleek, is cool looking, and I see this old suit that looks trash, man. This is trash, bro. I don't know what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But if she's a teenager,
it sounds to me like you feel as though 50% of all black women are trash, and I'm here to tell you that's not the case.
Oh my God! Where did this come from?
Really reminded me of the Hulkbuster. You saw her beating on her hands. You saw her creating that in her little special lab, taking the tools she has, and she's gonna create a suit as an engineer flying through the sky, equivalent to almost what Iron Man has done. And you're gonna berate the suit. You're gonna talk down on this suit. 50% of all black women are trash. I don't think so.
That's a killing blow, dog. That might be the best showdown we ever had. He just buried you, dog. It wasn't even a legitimate argument. He used lies, but hey, we never put rules on this.
Let's give a background. Vince has $3. This is just him trying to get brownie points. See what I did for you? See how I rep for y'all? How hard I go? I'm on to a scam. All
right. Well, we got.
That means that you would only like whatever one of my daughters did, because 2/3 of them.
We got to move on. But I think we know what the result is. It's obvious. He's still looking for that first victory. Because he just got worked.
Take the DE off of that.
Yeah. All right, before we wrap up the Black Panther talk, let's talk about the one of the villains, right, or one of the perceived villains, Namor, who's getting a little bit of a makeover. He's now. They're changing his background. They're changing his story. Obviously, they don't want to make it too much like Atlantis. V, I know you got some thoughts about what they're doing with Namor, and you picked up a couple interesting things. And then we'll talk about it. Do we think he's going to be the villain of the story or not?
Well, I think Namor is an anti-villain. That's kind of how they write him in the character. But I also believe the way he was brought out, how Killmonger was brought out in the original Black Panther, I felt as though he was an anti-villain. I don't think everything that he said in that movie was wrong. Both of these characters are being portrayed as if they are about their people, and they want to see change for the better for their people. And I expect Namor to be very similar if Coogler handles him right, and I do believe he's in good hands with Coogler.
Yeah, I like the way they made him look. I like the fact that they changed his background. Changed Atlantis to Tulu Khan. I believe that's how you say it. If I mispronounced it, I apologize.
Lolo Khan?
Yeah. I'm interested in the mythology. To be honest, I haven't liked a lot of what they've done in this phase with the mythology. I was excited when they announced it, but Moon Knight to me fell flat. I thought Moon Knight would have worked a lot better if you'd done away with the mythology. Eternals to me was a miss. So, Thor, the latest Thor was a miss, right? So they had this vision going in. Hey, let's tie this phase to a lot of mythology, and it hasn't worked. With that being said, this looks promising.
My thoughts. Oh, go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead.
My thoughts on Namor. He's getting a lot of hate because he's not, Atlantean, and he's, Hispanic, and saying he's not ripped. Saying they pulling the pock out, talking about he looked flabby and sick, like he didn't hit the gym. But you know what, man? I actually think that he looks pretty good, man. And I like the demeanor. I think one of the best shots of him isn't even in the trailer because the trailer was kind of whack to me. But the teaser when they're all shooting at them on the beach or whatever, and all his people are scattered, and he's just standing there, and just the way he looked, like he wasn't bothered. I thought that was so dope. Now I didn't like him all up in Angela Bassett's face, but hey, man, you got to do what you got to do, So,
but Angela Bassett wasn't backing down, Angela Bassett don't back down from that.
She was getting punked in that scene. But what did OJ, what's his name, the comedian say about Wesley Snipes waiting to excel? He said he slept in the bed with Angela Bassett. Like, no, Angela Bassett, my girl, dog. You can't do that.
I agree with you. I agree with you, Arshel. I think that bringing back the mythology was great. When they're referring to him as Cuckoo Khan, the feather serpent god, I thought that was nice mythology bringing right there. But I tell you one thing that did stand out to me was watching M'Baku pretty much start telling bedtime stories in the middle of the trailer. Yeah. I mean, Little Miss Muffin sat on a tuffet. I mean, he got all the kids around him, and he's like, Cuckoo Khan.
Let me tell you a story. Yeah. It did look like he was telling a bedtime story. That's funny stuff. I thought Namor looked good. Now, do you guys think he's going to be the villain, though? I mean, I think we all know that he's not going to be.
No, I don't think he's going to be a villain because, there's a couple things in the scene that let me know that there's going to be a miscommunication. There's a ship out in the sea, and I just thought about this right now, and it shows the people from Wakanda getting attacked with people from guns, and then it shows the Atlanteans coming too. So I think that scene right there is probably going to set up the whole conflict, and it's just going to be a big miscommunication because they're going to want to move this character forward, not as a villain because they changed his heritage, so he's going to be pretty much a Hispanic representation, and they're not just going to make him a villain. So it's going to be a little bit deeper than that. But one thing I will say about this to end up my thoughts on this is Ryan Coogler. This is a love letter to Chadwick Boseman. So I know it's going to be a good movie, whether I agree with the direction it goes in or not. I know the execution is going to be good. So even though I don't like some of the things that are happening.
Yeah, a lot of Dr. Doom talk. I know, Vince, you're hoping they don't do that, but let's go ahead and wrap this up. Vince, give me your final thoughts, and then I'll give you my final thoughts on the trailer.
I'm pretty excited. I love the trailer. I think that we're going to get a good battle between good and evil in this. I think people are going to have their ideologies. I think that Ryan Coogler is not going to fail us. Once again, I told you he is a buck. He's 100. As far as trailer goes, to me, this was an A. I'd give it. Hold on. What's the scale for who's the master, fellas?
Got the glow.
He's got the
glow.
All right, yeah. So, my thoughts. I know. I've liked the trailer. To me, they haven't shown too much. I know there's a certain segment of this internet. I know, like Aaron, your boy Jeremy's probably gonna go crazy in this trailer. It's like, what's going on? We got women. Now we got black women. Now we got Namor's a Mexican. Like, I don't even know what the hell's going on anymore. He's probably flipping out. He's probably on his heart medication. He's probably not happy with this trailer. But for the rest of us, I think it looks good. And listen. We can keep it at 100 with you guys. We can keep it a buck. What phase are we on now? 5? Phase 5 sucked. All right, it's been a disappointment. Phase 4. I'm sorry. Phase 4 sucked. The Spider-Man movie was good. Everything else has pretty much been trash or mid. Right. But Ryan Coogler, we got faith, and so hopefully he doesn't let us down. So that's my thoughts. For me, it's got the glow as well. All right. So we got some more movie news coming your way. We'll keep it up with us for the next video. Hit that subscribe button, that bell notification. Thanks for subscribing, and peace.
We got the glow.